What's up, guys? Welcome to another AI tool demo. So today we're going to dive into our Who's Who skip tracing tool. So the reason we designed this tool was to make it super easy for you to find out info about a potential homeowner. This could obviously be used for a few different reasons. One, it could be used for safety. So if you want to use this as a tool, you're going to meet somebody you don't know, learn a little bit about who they are, and I'll show you exactly how this works. Maybe you just need some contact information. This will give it to you. As we disclose in the tool, this is for informational purposes only, guys. So make sure you're following all your state, local, and federal guidelines when it comes to the do not call list and any sort of automated calls or texts, right? Those are all violations of the TCPA. So make sure you're following rules. We're not taking any responsibility for that piece of it or how you use this information, but we do want you to have access to as much data as possible, and this tool will certainly do that. So let me show you how it works. Literally, it's as easy as coming in and putting in the address. So let's say I'm going over, and I'll use my address for this example here. So I put in my address and then put in the email that I want to potentially email the information to. And then I hit search. And now this is going to scrape all the public data that we can possibly find. And it's also going to pull in some information about the property that I specifically put in. So it'll pull in that information. And so there you go, right? So it's going to pull in that information. It's going to find as much owner info as it can. So it points out that me and my wife obviously own the property. And then it doesn't pull in direct any contact information here, but what it does do is say, hey, but publicly, right? This information wasn't available through Zillow or one of those sources. However, there are public records for everybody, and so those public records in accuracy are going to vary, right? We can't verify every single piece of contact information, but what I can tell you is that this is pretty accurate. So I'll just click on mine for this example. And what this is going to do is now open, right, a free public tool, and it's going to pull in some background information. And again, from a safety perspective, this could be really helpful. So you could learn a little bit about me, for example, before you ever came to my house. You could actually know a little bit about me and my wife for that matter. So I can tell you the phone number is accurate, and you can see, hey, he's 39, he lives here. So that way, all of a sudden, you see the photo of the guy who says that he's me, and he looks like he's 65. You know there's a problem, right? So I could get a full background report if I wanted to, and then I've got all this other information that was publicly available. So obviously that will vary, but I hope this helps. This will give you full insight. All you have to do is enter a address, and boom, you're going to have at least a lot more data than you had before. So hope that helps.